Hey, this is Kenny Johnson, creator of the Bull Wrestling System, coach to a lot of UFC guys, BJ, Anderson, Paul Daly, Verdum, the list goes on. Down here in Abilene, Texas, Jeremy at Zombie Jiu-Jitsu. They just joined the Bull Wrestling family, and we had great 3 days of workshops, classes, kids, adults, and culminated in a nice seminar. We got to work with him and his instructors about getting up to speed on certifying the Bull curriculum here with their students, their kids, their adults, and I couldn't be happier. Came here as one of the best groups of guys and girls I've ever coached, and so I'm real happy that they're part of the school. And Jeremy and I didn't get the role, but maybe next time, because we got to eat.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got to teach some technique.
Do a couple techniques for you guys real quick, and I'll let Kenny take that one.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through one of the basic wrestling takedowns called the high crotch. High C, single leg. So high crotch, single leg. We're going to do a couple finishes. Do one high crotch to a lift. There's a high crotch to a double, and a high crotch to a dump. And so the whole basic part of the first move is the same, getting to the high crotch. And I want to show you 3 different finishes that you can hit. You can use each finish separately, or you can use the finish. If you get blocked on one, you can go to the next one and use them until you hit the finish. More moves you can string together in a row. Chain wrestling all the time. So again, high crotch with 3 different finishes. The lift, single to the double, and the dump. So the first one to do is the high crotch to a lift. All right? The basic high crotch is when I'm going to shoot to my opponent's close leg. I'm going to reach high into the crotch, single leg, and I want to come up to a lift. I'm going to show you some fine points about it. I'm going to show one time first regular speed, and I'll break it down to some fine points. So here, high crotch to a lift, turn it sideways, high crotch to a lift. Some things I want to show you. When I hit my high crotch, I want to have a deep penetration step. I want my chest to crash to his thigh. I'm not shooting to his leg, I'm shooting through the leg. I want to have good position, good speed, and I want to get to the leg. So slow motion, I'm in here, I give him a little pop to set him up, he comes up, I shoot in, get hard, my chest hits here. When I want to go to the lift, this hand, the trail leg comes all the way around, pivot up. I'm going to keep the thigh tight so it's part of my chest. Hit the lift. I don't want my arms to slip because I'm not going to be able to lift them right here. Nice sumo position. Tight on the leg. As I lift, kick my hips in. It's to the lift. When I want to do the single to the double, what it is, I'm going to hit the high crotch single, I'm going to cut across to the double leg. Very popular position. Hit my same setup, I'll do it from different angles. Hop the head, comes up, I hit my high crotch, and then I always keep my head nice and high and tight so he can't sprawl on me. As I start to drive him, I'm going to switch to my other hand to the leg and switch out to the double. I'm going to collapse this knee to the ground. Always have your back in good position. Always have your head in good position. Always be in good position. So here again, show from a different angle. Here, pop the head, he comes up, hit my shot, drive across, finish covering, looking for the points for the pin. One more angle, right here, so you can see how I drive across the back. Take my shot, heads up tight. When I start to drive, I don't switch like this before I drive, because he can sprawl on me. I want to transfer his weight to this leg, like this. So I start driving, come up, capture the knee, my level's low, use my head, drive across. Cover, looking for the pin. Third variation, or third finish, is the dump. When I go to shoot the high crotch, whether I'm going to the double or the lift, he defends. By blocking my arm or bringing his hips down, I want to change directions, and dump him on his back. So slow motion, I shoot the high crotch. As I switch to the double, he's going to step this leg out so I can't capture the double, and he's also going to block my arm. I'm going to then come back to the single. The inside leg stays. I'm going to pivot him down to his butt. Finish on my feet. High crotch, here, pop the head. Always, the reason I say pop the head, there's some form of setup. Whether it's a fake, pop the head, movement, always setting them up. Set up to a tie-up, set up to a shot. A little pop, he comes up, high crotch. I go to turn sideways, turn all the way around this way. I go to reach to the double, he blocks my arm and opens his leg. I can't get it. I'm going to pivot off this leg, dump him down. Look to transition. The same thing can happen if I go to lift. As I go to lift, he's going to drop his hips down. When I feel his hips drop, I go right to a dump. Slow motion. Shoot in. I'm going to come to the lift. He's dropping. I go to a dump. So I can use all three of these together at any time. Sometimes this guy's not going to go down and hit the single to a double. He's going to defend. I'm going to go to a dump. He'll defend. And I go to a lift. I keep running through these until I find one that works. So the idea, I'll hit single to a double. I'll go back to the dump. And I'll go to a lift. Slow motion. So I hit the single. I go to the double. He defends. I go to the dump. He defends. I go to the lift. They all work together. I might start with the single to a lift. He defends. I go to the double. He defends. I go to the dump. You work them all together. Always looking for a couple things. Staying in good position. Put my opponent in a bad position. Chain wrestling. Looking for setups. Don't just think the takedown's going to be there. Set it up. Execute. Superior position. Well, I put my opponent in inferior position. And then I chain wrestle. I run through different finishes. If the double's not there, go to the dump. Dump's not there, lift. Lift's not there, back to the double. Practice this by yourself. Practice this with an opponent. Slow speed, fast speed, repetition. All right? Kenny Johnson, Bull Wrestling, Zombie Jiu-Jitsu. You might have seen this guy before in the movies. I don't know which one, but you can call him up, he'll tell you. And the man you can't see behind the wheels of steel, or that would be the iPhone at this particular time, is Jeremy, i.e., a.k.a.